Alert in Brown County, a youth tennis coach is in custody after allegations of inappropriate conduct. The Brown County Sheriff's Office says 40-year-old Joshua Denault could face charges of capturing an image of nudity and child enticement. Officials say this investigation is ongoing, but it involves a growing number of young victims. Denault is expected to make his first court appearance at 2 this afternoon. Anyone with information regarding the investigation is asked to call the Brown County Sheriff's Office. Action 2 News received this statement Western Racquet and Fitness Club sent to members, saying in part, quote, upon learning of the incident, the employee was immediately terminated. Western is fully cooperating with law enforcement. It is our understanding that criminal charges have been issued. We are committed to providing you updates as we are able. And Action 2 News will continue to follow this case and bring you first alert updates as we learn more.